Marlins came home, and now they're taking on the Phillies in a 4-game series, another division rival. Just a few days ago, they took 2 of 3 from the Phillies, and arguably without one terrible inning in Game 1, should have swept the entire series in the first place, kind of similarly to that Mets series. And going into last night, they were only 2 games back in the NL East. And again, if you were to ask any Miami Marlins fan if they would be okay with being only 2 games back in the NL East, 46 games into this season, I think the answer would have been a very enthusiastic yes from anyone. And last night, they had their relatively, at this point, the ace, I guess we can say, Trevor Rogers on the mound. He didn't have his best stuff. He walked like 3 guys in the first 2 innings, 5 innings. He only allowed 2 runs, one of them earned. So that ERA is still sitting at about a 1.75. And he was good enough, right? Because the bats were there finally. The Marlins put up 9 runs. And again, when you put up that amount of runs, especially with an ace on the mound and a solid bullpen, it's going to be hard to lose. They did allow 6, only the 2 from Trevor Rogers, and then 4 on Moramondo in the 9th, who really isn't a staple. It is definitely not a staple of the bullpen. So there's nothing really to worry about on that end. But with the win and the Mets 3-2 loss to the Rockies, the Marlins are only a game back in the NL East, and they have 3 more games against the Phillies, who they've been beating consistently since the start of last year. And not only do they have an opportunity to take first place in the NL East, they have an opportunity to get over 500 for the first time this season. So these upcoming 3 games are super important for the Marlins. Anything can happen, but after all the negativity, after everything that went wrong, all the injuries, the Marlins are in a place where they can realistically, run away with the division. And I know it sounds crazy, but they have the easiest schedule they've seen coming up over this next month after this series with the Phillies and the Red Sox. They have a really nice, easier schedule than they've had recently, and they're going to be the healthiest they've been since opening day. So if any time's the time to really turn on the gas and take a lead, now's the time. The only team that seems to be on an upward trend, other than the Marlins in the NL East, are the Braves, who've won a few in a row, and that is scary because we're all under the belief that they're the best team in the NL East. But the Marlins are looking good, and hopefully tonight they can take first place in the NL East because, as we all know from last year, anything's possible.